Hello, everybody. If you don't already know, my name's Kathy, and welcome to Kathy Donahue Book Club. But it's really Kathy's Book Club, but YouTube made me change it or whatever. But that doesn't matter. You guys, thank you. And this is like my third video, I think. I'm so sorry that I have not been really doing anything. Right now, I only have 2 subscribers. And that's pretty bad, but that's okay. That means that us two can spend lots of time together. So, listen, you guys, I wanted to come here and talk about just what's going on in the world today. It's not about a specific book yet, but it's about a situation. I am concerned about the state of the world we live in and this upcoming new presidency, and everybody's talking about it. And I've watched Black women say, hey, you know what? We're going to sit this one out and watch just, everything fall apart around us and not step in because we are tired. And I understand that. I am tired. You know, the 80% of the Black women that voted for Kamala, I applaud you. And the other ones that didn't, I'm not sure why. I guess I'm not here to judge anybody. But what I will say is that the woman that spent her entire life serving America is or will not be president. And I had some trouble wrapping my mind around that. And why wouldn't people do that? Why would they not vote for goodness and light? But, people didn't want that. And a lot of people didn't want her being president for dumb reasons, made up reasons, out and out lies, all types of things. But I want to tell Kamala, if you ever get a chance to see this video, that you did an awesome job with 70 days or how many days you had to campaign against a person that had been campaigning for years, never stopped campaigning. But you ran your campaign with dignity. Everything don't always go right. We know that. And people say, oh, this was a mess. That was a mess. This was a mess. It's always going to be a mess when humans are involved. That's just the way it is. And that's what keeps me solid. But this is I'm making this video for the women that said that they were sitting it out. I'm here to ask you not to. I'm not asking you to sit it out. I'm asking you to kneel it out. It's time to pray, about everything and anything, but especially about America and what's getting ready to happen. We can't afford to sit this one out. We just can't. We just can't. We need to start praying more. We need to start planning more. And we're going to have to persevere. And these are my focus words for this year. Prayer first, planning, and then persevering. Because there's a lot of stuff I believe is going to start happening. People say, well, it's not going to affect me. It is. It is going to affect you. And that's why we need to start praying about it. Praying for our friends, our family, this country, and then start planning on what we need to do. What we need to do right now and in the future. When I say planning about how to get your finances together. When I say planning, how to make sure that you and your entire family have passports. When I say planning, how to level up your skills. If that's got to be coding, that need to be blockchain, AI, all the things that you can learn in your spare time on the internet, and helping your children, your sisters, and your brothers do the same. This is not about us sitting it out. We are the leaders sometimes of our families, of our communities, of our churches. And this is where we need to start. We need to be able to rely on one another, to pray for one another, and to build for one another. It's like, oh, well, how do I build generational wealth? By making better decisions. And the year has just gotten started, and this is the way that you could do it. You're just getting started. I went out, and I talk about this on my husband and I's channel, but I went out and I got myself a planner. In this planner, I'm planning out months ahead. What do I need to do? How much time do I have to do it in? But I also am using my phone, to plan. But first, I'm planning my prayers. I'm being specific. I'm being specific for family members, for praying for what God needs to do, how he needs to come in and move people, so there can be some, supernatural changes in what's going on. And I believe if we're all praying for this together, it can happen. It will happen because we're going to be planning. It's like Joseph, and I think about that too. When I was thinking about making this video, I was like, well, what exactly am I going to say? What words will God bring to me so I can say the right things? The things that will move people's hearts and to make them think about what they're doing and what they can be doing and should be doing. Planning. Joseph in the storehouses. He knew God had told him there would be a famine and that he needed to fill his storehouses full of grain. And I feel like that next 4 years, there's going to be a famine. So we need to fill our storehouses, grab our families, because he brought his family even after everything his family had done to him. He sent for them because he didn't want them to die and perish. Because he had been saving, he knew what was coming. We know what's coming right now. We know this has been planned out and they're going to do it. It isn't like, well, it's not going to affect you. It's going to affect everyone that lives in the United States of America and those people that live abroad. So instead of sitting it out, I'm asking you to kneel it out, to pray it out, to plan for your family, your finances, your storehouses, fill them up with grain, and this isn't about hoarding food. It's about taking care of your business, setting up those relationships. So if you do need something, there's somebody there for you. But you're also going to take responsibility, for your family and yourselves. And then having your community around you. This isn't about being afraid. This is about planning for your future. And the third word, our focus word for this year, is like I talked about on my other station, is perseverance. Because these times, they will be challenging. They may be some of the most challenging times in our history in America because there's someone that is openly, willingly malicious, in charge. And it doesn't matter. So you're going to have to persevere through these challenges by getting your tribe of people, you know, reaching out to people in your community, your churches, you know. This is the time. I'm not telling you anything that I'm not doing or will be planning on doing. I want to see everyone make it. That's why I do what I do. Because there's no need. Because we all have each other, you know. And I would tell you now that in order to persevere, you may have to get rid of some of those friends in the new year that maybe aren't really friends at all. How are they treating you, your family, your children? Can you call them if you need something? Will they be there for you? Or are they the people that just tell you you can't do it? It's too hard. Don't try. I hope you're not going to do that. Those people aren't really friends if they're doing that, in my opinion. This video is not intended to strike fear. I'm hoping that I can inspire you to join me in daily prayer. I'm going to get on here and I'm going to make a video every day about praying for justice, praying for my family, praying for my friends, praying for this country, and knowing that those prayers will come true. So, I guess that's it. I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know that this new year is going to be different for all of us. And I want you to join me here every day for a new prayer, a new thought, and some inspiration and wisdom that only comes from the Lord. There's a scripture, it goes, I look to the hills from which my help comes. My help comes from the Lord. I can do all things in Him that strengthens me. And I'll be sharing a lot of different scriptures that I feel like have helped me in my darkest days. And I do feel like, you guys, I want to share some of my health troubles, you know, and triumphs. If you don't know, I've injured my knee and I've got some things going on with that. And I'm going to try some physical therapy before the doctor decides if I'll have to end up having surgery. So there's things going on in my life too. But I am going to continue to be prayerful and not give up. I'm going to pray. I'm going to plan. And I'm going to persevere. And like I said, I'd like for you to join me on this 2025 journey of change, of rejuvenation, and of focus. Thank you guys so much. Leave me a comment if you like. I'd love to see a whole bunch of amens down there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.